Hello YouTube, this is Thompson OX737 bringing you another video, another 140 scale model airport for the Spanish Mediterranean themed airport. Not much really to talk about in this update, so we're just going to get straight into the update itself. So if I just zoom in, we'll work like we normally do, sort of left to right, and then work our way through the remote stands and stuff like that. So we're starting off, like I say, on the far side, on the left side, Icelandair 757-300, registration TF-FIX. This is operating a service, as you can imagine, from Iceland. Keflavik, to be precise. I think at one point Icelandair did operate to Palma, and while this airport is, the actual layout itself is based off Palma Airport, or part of it. There will be some models I'll just throw in that just for good measure, really, just to fill in gaps. Especially, I don't want to use the same aircraft every update and just be repetitive. I do, like I say, like to rotate as much as I can where possible. But also got to keep in mind, aircraft do operate, will operate again, so there's always that. But again, this is an aircraft that I thought, would be a good measure. It's a unique aircraft as well, because I don't really have many 757-300s in my collection, and certainly not without winglets. I think the ones I do have, the others, they probably do have winglets. So, yeah, it's just quite a kind of like a one-off really in my collection. And I think this, before all the other Icelandair models were released, I think obviously before the NG stuff, and then the Phoenix 767, this was the go-to Icelandair model. Pretty much anybody, if you wanted an Icelandair, this was it. There was also an Icelandair DC-3 done as well, by JC Wings back in the day, which I have. But again, I'm not sure that's worth utilising. Probably not for this kind of airport, but it's still a neat little aircraft. But for general airports like this probably would have been the general aircraft for anybody's collection. So next to that, we have EasyJet A319 HBJZA. EasyJet Switzerland, should I say, HBJZA, operating service from to Geneva. Pretty much getting ready to go back to Geneva, getting ready for pushback, as you can see with the tug. The air bridge still connected to the aircraft, but will be manoeuvred shortly. Next up, we have a Thomas Cook 757-200. This is operating service from and to Manchester. Fantastic model. I know we have two. We have this one, and we have the GFCLA. So this registration is GFCLB, and the other one is FCLA. And yeah, I think most people are crying out for Thomas Cook models for ages, for years really. We had a few Condor stuff released, but never any Thomas Cook, and it's kind of good that they get released, but it would have been nicer to have it done when they were flying. I guess that's the case with a lot of models. I guess they tend to get maybe released after. I don't know if it's down to licensing, whether they can bypass the licensing once the airline's gone, now like part of history. I have no idea. Maybe that's why it is that way, or again, usually it's down to licensing some way or another, but I don't want to get into all that. It's just a nice model to have, and for me, Thomas Cook, I think this livery looks the best on the 757-200 than any other aircraft. You may agree or disagree, but I just think Thomas Cook 757, you just can't go wrong. Taxiing past, we have this SAS MD-82, registration OYKHR. This is operating a service from Stockholm, Arlanda. Absolutely love MDs. Pretty sure I've probably mentioned that in previous updates. But yeah, all things MDs, absolutely love. Next up, we have this Hapag-Lloyd 737-800 in the TUI colours, all blue TUI logo. This is probably our first TUI aircraft, and this is the period I'm probably starting to get more excited about because I'm Thomson Airways fan, or TUI UK now as it's known. All things TUI, literally everything related to TUI, I love in terms of aircraft. Which we'll cover pretty much most aspects of all that as we go through each update, really. But yeah, I like these because again, it's one of them early Gemini releases that were simple. Back in the day, I used to operate these for like Thomson or whatever, because that's all we had. And I think that sometimes, that's the best thing when you're collecting models, especially when you're younger as well. You use your imagination more. I think maybe as you get older, you want to be more realistic. But when you're younger, you don't really care, and you just use the models that you've got. Obviously, collection would be more limited as well because you're not going to you're not earning as much money as what you would as an adult as well. To be able to buy more models, but yeah, very neat model. I actually have a few of these actually, because eventually I might do like a fleet build kind of thing, even though it's the same registration. I might do like a multi sort of model fleet thing, even though, like I say, it's the same reg. This is operating a service from and to Hamburg. But yeah, still a simple model, but a very nice model to have in the collection. Taxi now, we have this Sky Europe 737-500, sporting the Miss Europe 2003, which is specifically Susanna Lakey, or I think that's how you'd say it, Susanna Lakey. Registration HALKO. So this is taxiing back out to Budapest. They did another one as well, which will probably feature at some point, possibly in the next update. The other Sky Europe. On the other side of the aircraft, by the way, if you don't know, it's just standard Sky Europe titles on that model. If we zoom, reposition, and zoom into the remote stands now, we have TAP Portugal A319 registration CSTTJ. This is operating a service from short hop from Faro, obviously Portugal, sporting the UEFA Euro 2004 sort of promotion colours. Quite fitting, I guess, since the Euros are still taking place this year. Euro 2020, England in the final. I'm going to be honest, I don't think that was a clear-cut penalty. Bit lucky with that, if I'm honest. And even though I hope England do it, I'm being a bit, optimistic and think Italy are going to be tough. Italy are going to be tough because Italy are looking solid. They won all the group stage games, and obviously, yes, some of the games might have gone to, I think the last game went to penalties, whatever. So we've got to be on it. We've got to take our chances, and we've got to be on it defensively. No doubt about that. But Italy, they look at good side nonetheless. But yeah, let's hope England can do it. Moving on, we have this Air Moldova A320 registration ERAXV. This was operating a service from Moldova, as you can imagine, and Chisinau, I think that's how you pronounce it. Probably wrong with that, but I'm going to go with that. So this is one of two that Aeroclassics did, both the same livery but two different registrations, and yeah, it's just something a bit different to what you might normally see. Again, Air Moldova might not have operated to Palma, but again, I'm just throwing models in that I think would be quite beneficial anyway. And then next up, probably one of the cutest models you could probably see. Probably one of the cutest liveries, in Europe that has been BMI Baby. So quite an early release model from Gemini as well. Had this for quite a few years now. Registration GBVKB. This is doing a service from East Midlands. Obviously we had two of these released, one in normal colours and one with the balloon colours. Would be nice, I guess, maybe to see the 737-300, maybe in this livery or one of the other liveries. But again, it's just a nice little model to have. You know, it's part of BMI's history, and yeah, pretty neat. I think the model we probably are missing is probably a BMI regional aircraft. To be honest, that would be nice to go alongside the BMI stuff we have as well. But yeah, you can't get away from the livery. It's different as well because not very often you see coloured stabilised rear stabilisers at the back, and I think that's kind of what makes the actual livery quite unique as well, is the fact they are red. And yeah, I've always loved that livery. Very nice. And then moving across, you probably didn't expect this to feature, but we actually have British Airways 777-200ER. And this, according to airliners.net, and possibly Jet Photos as well, this actually came into Palma, not this exact registration, but another registration. This actually, a 777-200 actually came from Africa, en route back to Heathrow to refuel. So I thought, it's a bit different, and I thought I'd throw that in as well. So that's all that's in for. A quick refuel. As you can see, one of the refueling trucks is just getting ready into position. Although I think it'll probably refuel on the other side. I think, possibly. But yeah, something a bit different, and I just thought, why not? Like I say, it wasn't this exact registration. I can't remember which registration it was, but this is GYMML. I think it might have been GYMMR that actually flew in. Could be mistaken, but again, it's just something a bit different for the update. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've probably been a bit rusty in this update. I don't know why. Yeah, I kind of feel like I don't know. Probably rambled on a bit too much. I don't know, but just trying to think if there's something really to say. Not really. Yeah, it's not much happening. Flights are certainly starting to pick up, thankfully. Balearic Islands, and hopefully more as we move into the months at end of July, early August, and potentially long haul flights as well. Hopefully, so things are looking up in the aviation industry. Not just aviation, but travel industry as a whole. So hopefully, things do start picking up for everybody. That's pretty much it. Not much else to say. Just want to say thanks for watching, guys. As always, any likes, comments are always appreciated. And of course, if you're new to the channel or you're not already, please subscribe if you wish to see upcoming videos on your feed automatically. And again, stay tuned for the update. I don't know if I mentioned it, this update was based on 2004. So next update will be 2005. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.